watching 3 Questions with Kat. Hey everyone, it's Catherine, and we're back for another episode of 3 Questions with Kat. I've got Melvin Ward here,
Yes.
and he doesn't know what I'm going to ask him, so we're just going to get into it.
I'm ready.
Melvin, what do you think stops people from achieving success?
Honestly, I think it's fear. That's definitely something that I think stops people from achieving anything. It's that fear of failing. Mm-hmm. To me, I think it's a fear of failure, but also maybe something that happened in their past. Someone probably told them, well, you can't do this and you can't do that, and they start to believe that. So believing in the doubts and the haters and stuff like that. And I definitely think the fear is the most important thing I think they just don't do anything.
So fear stops people from success. So the second question I always ask is, how do you get over obstacles that are standing in your way? So if fear is your obstacle, how would you say that someone could get over that so they could go on and achieve their dreams?
It's funny you say that because fear can actually help. To me, fear helps me, but also my faith helps me.
Okay.
Knowing that I'm in the right position at the right time and God definitely has my back. So I have the confidence in knowing that in this situation, whatever it is, career, job, life, relationships, whatever it is, I know because God told me that it's so. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. God says, hey, I want you to go over here and do this. Well, God, I don't know. That's that fear. You know, it's a lack of faith. But then it's like God said, no, I told you to go there. So then you should know that, hey, if I told you to go, that means it is so. So then you should have faith in knowing that you can achieve whatever you can achieve. Because the word
really
says,
good.
You know, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me.
So if we have this idea that we want to do something, it's actually God who placed that desire in our heart to begin with. Yes. So we don't always realize that desire we have is actually from God. Yes. So if He gave it to us, then nothing can stop us.
Exactly.
So it's like we have this fear messing with our mind, but they're just thoughts that are irrelevant.
Right. Because fear is actually the false evidence of appearing real. That's the acronym. False evidence of appearing real. So
it's not real.
It's not real at all.
It's not like when people say, I'm scared to go up on stage to give the speech. Well, you're not going to get impaled. You're not going to get a lion to eat you. You're just scared of other people's opinion. You're scared of what they might think of you.
What people might think
and maybe when you get the idea to do something, whether it's to sing or to model or to start a business, you're scared of failing.
You're scared of failing.
Because you're scared of what other people might think of you. So I love how you said fear can actually work to your advantage, because that fear is from the devil, right? So when you guys feel fear, then get excited. Yes. Because that means the devil is trying to stop your God idea.
Exactly. Yes. You were definitely put on this earth on a purpose. We're supposed to live in purpose, on purpose, because God has put us here. Like, if you woke up today, God's not through with you yet. God still has a plan for you. Even though the day might not seem, we're going to be given so many storms throughout this life. It's just a matter of telling the storm, peace be still, because like Christ lives in us, and the power that Christ had when he was on this earth, he had to leave for us to really have that power. So if something's going on in your life, if you do have that fear, speak to that fear and say, you know what? I know that the Christ in me can overcome it. So
I love that. And people, you guys, do you know you can speak to that fear? Do you know you can tell it to go away? I'm always doing that with my son. I'm always telling him, Timmy's like, the demons are trying to get me. Well, tell him to leave. Tell him to go. This is your mind. This is your body. You tell him to go in Jesus' name, and they have to listen to you. So giving people that revelation that instead of letting the fear overcome you, you can speak to your fear and just tell it to go and get excited. That means God has something good for you if the devil's trying to stop you.
I was talking to somebody that today. I was like, look, there's so much trouble that's going on. That means that the devil don't want you to do what you're supposed to be doing. That means you're doing something right. If you are getting all these achievements. So my pastor used to always say, if the devil is in your life all the time, that lets you know that you're doing something right. When you have haters in your life, you're doing something right. When you don't have haters in your life, you're doing something wrong.
You're people pleasing.
You know what I mean? So that lets you know that, hey, the devil has you right where he wants you if you doing something wrong. But if you do something right, you're gonna catch a lot of hell.
Okay, and the final question I like to ask, 3 questions with Kat, is what do you wish you would have known 5 years ago?
Oh, 5 years ago? Is to be patient. Is to be patient and give all your cares, worries, and anxieties to God. You know, and man, there's a lot. Shoot, man, 5 years ago, learning how to love yourself and know your own worth and not allow other people to dictate how you feel.
Yep. You know? So whatever they say about you, putting you down, say about you to others, whatever, it's their issue. It's not your issue.
It's their issue, and it's their insecurities that they're projecting on you.
So don't listen. Only listen to what God has to say about you. All right. So, Melvin, tell people how they can find you.
You guys can find me on Instagram at Melvin S. Ward, Twitter at Melvin S. Ward, and also I have a YouTube channel which is called Melvin Plays.
Hey!
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Thanks for watching. To overcome your obstacles standing in the way of your success and have the tips you need to reach your dreams.